A show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on GTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Turtola Pier Park, NV Salon, Nail Spa and Barbershop, Tisley Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment.
Tisley Cross Cider. Tisley Cross Cider. Deliciously smooth.
Kathy Richards here. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this outdoor edition of The Big Story. We deserve to be outdoor. We've been having
Be outside.
Be outside.
Be
Look,
outside.
the theme for this season is that we outside. We had so many hiccups, so many challenges that we had to deal with over the past 2 years. So when we had festival come around, we're going to do this and we're going to do a little that, and we had to be a little bit careful, we had to be a little sheltered. But right now,
We outside.
we outside.
That's right.
Kid, how is it going?
It's going great thus far. It's a tremendous amount of work, of course, but I'm up for the challenge. We're here to put in the work. We're not here to relax and lay down. We're here to make things happen. This is such a huge, tremendous thing for the entire community. You know, bringing persons together with our culture, our music, our food, you know, a revenue stream for everyone, included all types of different businesses in the community, in the country. So I'm elated to actually be at the helm on this and helping to push it forward with the help of my awesome colleagues, of course, you know.
You know when something is asleep for a while and then it wakes up, it's even more challenging to pull off.
Of course.
And you came in at that time when the elephant was awakened and very hungry. So you would have met with a lot of queries, a lot of you don't want to use the word fights and all of that, but a number of challenges seem to keep coming at
Yes.
you.
There's a whole lot of resistance, there's a whole lot of undermining and fighting them, but come on, this is not my first rodeo and I'm my backyard. And I'm saying I built for anything, so I'm here to rise above the challenges. We're gonna get through this regardless. We're gonna execute a really great festival and bring everyone together. Nothing but love.
Okay, so we're here. This is Friday evening. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, is when we're going to be striking things up, which will be more like the tester. It's a fundraiser.
Yes.
It's Calypso night.
Yes.
It's not a competition. It's one where we're bringing back all those faces that we would not have seen on stage for a while.
Quite a while.
Yeah. How ready are we?
We are 100% ready. We are here to execute and put on a great festival here in the village. We are on the grounds now. You know, possibly can look directly behind us. I can see the dome, the stage, the roof, everything is already going up, the lighting. Yes.
It's a massive.
Yes.
This one comes from.
This one is actually from right here on island.
Oh, awesome!
Yes.
Awesome!
Look, everything in here is locally sourced.
Oh, wow!
Yes.
I like this. This gives a really international feel of standard. Don't let me say international.
Exactly.
Because we know about standards here in the
And that's the thing, we are international. And part of our mandate and mission going forward as a Virgin Island Festival Affairs Committee is to take this to a level where we are revered and respected on the international stage throughout the Caribbean and the rest of the world. We have a lot of work to do, of course, but it is attainable, and get it festival to the point where it's self-sustainable.
Awesome. And so we know one of the persons that we're gonna have on stage tomorrow night is this, right?
Saturday night.
Saturday night,
Yes.
yes, Saturday night, yeah. Destra is going to be on stage, and they say when
already we already got a little bit of rain,
you know where exactly where what's coming from.
Yes.
With this, but we know that she puts on a really good show,
Yes.
and with the combination of our artists that we have on the ground, it's going to be phenomenal. Give us a little feel of who we're to expect, what we're to expect from them.
Well, definitely Saturday night, as you said, we have the Calypso review in place of the Calypso competition. You know, we already spoke about several reasons why we were not able to execute the Calypso competition. Some persons think it's just like financial constraint, but really and truly with the Calypso show, it's more something of preparation time constraints, and not just for us, but in terms of having a full backing band with a full brass section, backup singers and all of these things, and the Calypsonians giving that opportunity and time to present their craft in such a high quality way. We want the optimum production quality level for these shows. So we're going to have a Calypso review, and we have persons like King Colosso, Queen Cherie, Queen Makisha, King Pedro on there. You know, they're going to give some renditions of some of the greatest songs, Martino Mark, of course, Tino, and of course we have the Queen of Bacchanal, Destra. That's going to be bringing on that night, and trust me, you see the little rain, see inside of here, we're going to have an awesome time. We're going to free up. We also have Vibe, we also have Extreme, we have some DJs that are going to be there live. It's going to be an amazing thing, and entry fee, of course, is very low.
Tell me, $5, $10, tell me when to stop. $15,
I really wish.
$20.
Now you're at the mark.
$20.
Yeah.
$20.
And think about it, Kathy, like even sometime recently, I went to an event at a local club up there in Bush, and I paid $50 entry. And that was for a local band, about a BDI bass band and a USBI bass band.
But
So
you had a good time.
I had a great
So
time.
you pay your money to have a great time.
I just,
$20
yeah,
to come
I'm just
in.
using that as a very small
Down there.
reference to say, listen, this is Destra. You know, when last time we had Destra, and you're talking Vibe, you're talking Extreme, you're talking Calypso review with the greatest Calypsonians in this country, and for $20 you can't beat that.
And you got the man holding on to a prom for how many years?
Okay.
How many years now that man holding on to that prom? That man wanted to give away that prom the other day, just had a little chit chat with him. And he said the prom is heavy, ready to give to him, but you gotta hold it for a lot of years.
Heavy as a head that wears the crown.
Yes, yes. We got boots as usual. Festival ground is a good place, and you know they come up with some creative things. I've seen polo, I've seen it's more
Bird in silence.
hard and silent, somebody with a blindfold, some with a dark shade, something else I can't get to see it properly.
There's a whole lot of creative things going on in here, themes and different paintings and stuff. It's really great. I love what I'm seeing in here, and big up to the booth owners and all the vendors that are stakeholders in this thing, making this thing happen. And we have booth owners and vendors coming out with mass numbers. You know, a lot of persons are thinking that, oh, it's whatever, short of time, we might have 2 or 3 booths. I'm like, y'all are gonna see what time it is.
It's building here,
Yes.
it's building here as
Yeah.
we can see. For the Calypso review night, I know initially it was said that only the festival group was going to be doing stuff, and I'm understanding there's some adjustments to accommodate the
Yes.
other vendors. Who want to give us a rundown on that?
Sure, something has been put in place. There were several meetings had with the vice chair, who is Mr. Boschletson, and the village actually falls under his purview, of course, as vice chair. So he would have had those meetings with the village committee and also the stakeholders, the booth owners and stuff. So something has been put in place where they would be able to open and sell drinks and food and things like that, so they can make some extra money.
Awesome, that's great to know. And that's the process, you know. As you go, you can adjust. you
Yes,
know,
exactly.
maybe
It's fluid.
some
This
flavors
whole thing is
into
fluid,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
And we are always willing to, you know, make adjustments, as you say. We can make compromises here and there. It's never a case of just
Hard and
that's
fast,
it.
yeah.
No, you know.
Yeah.
We try to work with everyone, but bearing in mind too, we also have a huge stake in this. Of course, it is an investment, and we're not trying to reap a whole ton load of money to say we get a return, but we need to put certain things in place where the community could actually at least break even at the
Break
very least.
even, yeah.
And our intent is when the festival is finished to actually come up with a surplus, you know, than rather to be in debt. So we're very, very prudent with the public's purse, of course.
All right, awesome. Any adjustments with East End Festival? I think I saw a comment saying that, you know, that they don't want the Jahphix I'm talking about must pass through the 8th district. Any changes there? Because I know the initial plan was to try to come down to Brandy Wine Bay. What's going on there now?
There's general concern, and you know, there are persons in that community, in the Eastern Land community, they do have valid concerns, you know, and that was a suggestion and a proposal brought up, not from the executive committee, but the Eastern Land with members of that committee, representatives from that subcommittee, to turn it down another direction, and bearing in mind several logistical issues in terms of the issue with the traffic coming to and from the airport, crossing the Queen Elizabeth II Bridge and things like that. But it's actually being looked at now because some persons came back and asked if we could possibly review it and come up with some other solutions. So obviously there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm not sure exactly what those things are. If it might change totally, but some kind of compromise may happen. We're not sure, but we're definitely going to be updating the public to what happens with that. Because we want to make sure everybody's included as much as possible. You know, regardless of the challenges, we're always willing to not fold, but come back and say, well, listen, we understand where y'all are coming from. We want to make sure as many persons as possible are included.
All right. What's happening down the west area?
Yes.
Things are going the same. Tell us.
Yes, that's going to be Friday, August the 5th, down in Calypso. They're going to have their usual traditional cultural day. They're going to have their donkey races, the lime and spoon, all of these things. They're going to have some live music as well. And also added to Caribbean water sports, aquatic sports. We're going to actually have some swimming races and things like that there. It's going to be really incredible.
Okay, one thing of concern to those who are residing on the sister islands, Portugal, Antigua, just Van Dyke. Any arrangements are being made, especially those festivals, the festival nights where you have shows on, for them to be accommodated to get back home safely and time?
Most definitely, we've actually been looking in terms of that in regards to facilitating our sister island residents and citizens, because they are a part of the BVI, and it's a BVI festival. It's not Tortola Festival. When it's Forjingada, it's not Forjingada Festival, it's a BVI festival. So we're doing our best to try to accommodate them. So we actually started to reach out to different providers, service providers in terms of ferries, to see who might be interested, if it's feasible for them, and see if we could, work something out to bring persons over from Forjingada, Van Dyke, Antigua, and see if we could help them to come and celebrate with us,
Okay. A common talk whenever festival is done, late payments. How are we making arrangements to ensure that payments are done in a timely fashion to vendors and all concerned?
Well, that's what we've been working on. Like, for instance, in Virgin Islands for Easter, we settle all of those payments directly after. Even if, you might arrive at situations where you have, emergency services rendered, little one-offs here and there that may not be paid exactly right away that you have to. Like, for instance, you get emergency, a plumber might have to come in and fix an issue. Obviously, that's something that you will have to invoice you with after, and then you have to do with that payment after. So things like that could, be a little different. But other than that, everything else we paid right away, and we took 1 day's break after Forjingada, and we were back at it again. So the same thing here, we're doing our best to pay persons as soon as possible, immediately after service is rendered, from whether it's entertainment, service providers, whoever it is, to make sure these things don't happen. Of course, nothing can be 100% perfect, but we're doing our best.
Awesome. So for those who may not have seen other flyers and such give a quick rundown of the nights in the festival, what to expect for the food fair and the Juve. We already spoken of Juve in East End. What about Road Tramp?
So we're having kicking out the festivities tonight with a tramp, and those persons that may not know what is a tramp, is a cultural thing, part of our tradition where we will kick out the festival, and it's basically a rise and shine / Juve at night, where you have a live band or DJs or whatever on the road on a truck, and persons dancing and having a good time, and lead it into the festival village where you have some concessions in there as well. And then the Saturday, of course, is the Calypso review and the grand lunch, which is including their show, of course. Then, of course, you have the BVI event happening on Sunday the 24th. Then the official opening of Festival Village here in Road Tramp is Wednesday the 27th. You have the opening ceremonies and all of these things, as well as the gospel night, right? And then the Thursday night, we have the torchlight procession, which heads up here into the village, Thursday the 28th. And then we have the village entertainment. We have such persons like Coop Session Brass and Onion, burning planes out of Antigua. So it's going to be really great. Friday night, you have artists such as Adam O and others in here. It's going to be really huge.
I've been seeing Adam O posting a lot, and this man has been making waves.
He's busy.
Very busy.
Yes, and Adam O is a BVI lander.
Yes.
And he's doing really great things. So
Very
we're proud
good.
to see him, and we're very proud that we could accommodate him and have him where he's at the heights he's at now, and continue to grow, to come and perform on a grand stage in BVI Festival Village. That's such a great feeling to see things like that, And also now we're talking about the Saturday, which is big soca night as well. You know, you're talking about Mr. Killer, Roly Poly, and Run With It, and all of these
Ramon G
tunes.
coming to defend this ground.
Oh, yes.
I understand Ramon, they're hard working at
Yes,
this boy.
always hard working. So we have, of course, Soca Monarch happening that night. So as you said, Ramoji is defending it strong. I think they have a total of how many contestants now? I actually saw they added 2 more. So I think they could be somewhere up to like maybe 6 or 7 contestants now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Or maybe
That's
a little bit more.
awesome.
Yeah, that's great. So big up to Boss and the Soca Monarch community for that as well. And we have, like I said, we have Mr. Killer, we have Fireman Hooper, who is newest Soca Monarch winner out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, yes.
Huge artists as well. We have Vibe in the Village. We have bands such as ABM, OMG, and other locals as well. And then the Sunday night, of course, is the musical mix. That's a huge night. A lot of people are really looking forward to. We have a huge Afrobeat artist by the name of CK. Everyone knows his song. You know, we have a Latin band. But we have a whole diverse community.
Yes,
So we're
yes.
really trying to make a great balance of Virgin Islands-based entertainment and balance everything else out with the Latin-speaking and French-speaking community, you know, and also the Monday morning now, of course, is the Rise and Shine.
Ah,
Jubilee
boy.
in Road Tramp. So I know for sure that the committee is going to have 2 bands on the road, 2 live bands, and there's also going to be a couple of Rise and Shine troops, I think, in there with DJs and mix up things like that. So there may be a total of like probably 4 trucks on the road for that morning. And also after that, August Monday, which is the 1st of August, of course, same day, we head straight to the parade.
Parade, yes.
So we're having a parade, we have a whole number of different floats and troops, and I really want to say, you know, a big, huge thanks to persons that and corporations that have stepped up and decided that, listen, this is our contribution, we're going to get involved, come out, because we really said we wanted to facilitate a parade, but not being able to financially come up with that amount of money, so we put it, really bring it back to the essence of being a community event. And you know, come out even if you have an office or your little you have t-shirt troop, whatever it is. It's all about participation and the spirit of our festival, you know?
And I was so happy to hear the whole family
Oh, yes.
has made that special effort to bring out the flute. I'm a Rotarian, so I in the know.
Yes. So big up to Rotary Club, of course, all the time. You know, and then also the Monday night we have several bands and DJs entertainment in the village again. And then the Tuesday, of course, we have I was just told by Mr. Lesmore Smith just on Saturday that horse racing is on. So we definitely want to big up to Mr. Smith and his whole committee and the Horse Owners Association. They're going to be doing some really great things, honoring some really great persons down there, such as Mr. Of course, you know, such as Mr. Rodney Simmons and Mr. Allback Hodge and Animal and his persons. So that's really great. And then Tuesday night, right here in the village, International Reggae Night, featuring some of our greatest artists. You're talking about Sister Joyce. Sister Joyce. You're talking about Ritical. Some of the very best of the best.
Awesome.
Understand?
I want to never see you on the keyboard.
Me? No, you won't see me on stage.
Gosh, just hearing of this to because you're the manager.
You won't see me on the stage that night at all. I may be on the stage 1 or 2 other nights, at least maybe 1, but doing some little thing, but not in a kind of capacity as much as before. I have my work cut out doing this, you know, but you'll see me at certain points here and there. And then also, our guest artist is a legendary, iconic Steel Pulse.
Oh boy.
So when I see persons all along the street can come around and say, oh my God, you get me out to the village for sure. I'm coming on like you should be in the village every night.
Every night you got something, you know,
Yeah.
that caters for everybody. And you know what I like about the Virgin Islands audience and things like this? Ain't not a night you're gonna say, oh, these are for the seniors or these are for the young people.
Yes.
It caters for everybody, and everybody like to blend in with whatever is going on. So the older folks can understand the younger people type stuff, and the younger people can understand and appreciate.
And that's what I'm saying, we have such a really great balance of different things going on. Oh, and I even forgot to mention, I'm so sorry, before I get to the final night, which is the Wednesday night, but let me finish the final night and then go back. The Wednesday night, which is August the 3rd, is the final night here in the Festival Village, and we're featuring such bands as Signal Band, which has one of the hottest songs in the entire Caribbean right now, On My Way, Life of a Side. Some persons seem to say that's the national anthem. I'm not going to get into that. Good for them. You know, we need that. So that's going to be the final night here. It's going to be crazy. And then also, I want to go back to Friday the 29th. Next Friday, we have our Grand Cultural fair. This is one of my very favorite activities.
You like your belly.
Oh, and not just that.
like your belly.
Well, of course, I got
Dirk, you just like
of
your
course,
belly.
not like I love my belly. But at the same time too, I get some of my favorite cultural treats, culinary stuff, and also it's just the whole essence and the vibe. When you go to food fair, you get such a great mixture of the elderly, young persons, and we have everything in terms of steel band and fungi bands and all these things. You can get all your local pastries, your tarts, things like fudge, different kinds of seafood, whatever you want. And it's done at the Cyril Briomni Tortola Fair Park. So we want to give much thanks to Cyril Briomni Tortola Fair Park management and staff for accommodating us. So it's going to be really great. That's one of my very favorite events, and we have persons that travel from the USVI, Puerto Rico, and other places just for that food fair.
Oh wow,
Yes,
awesome.
every
So
single
this
year.
This year we're really outside.
Yes, we're outside.
We can safely say we're really outside. We're praying that the Father above just give us great weather.
Yes.
Even if it rains a little bit,
we're still outside.
We're still outside.
We
know to do it.
Definitely.
All right. So that's a quick rundown of the festival 2022. Great program, well packed. Everything's gonna be all right.
Yes.
Just come out to have
That's
fun.
what I'm talking about.
Despite what's happening, come out, have some clean fun. Bring out the family. Don't leave the kids out of it. There are events to take care of them.
Yes.
Bring the kids out. Let them feel the culture and the vibe of the Virgin Islands.
Yeah,
With that said, we always say at the end of any closing for the festival this year, we outside. Yeah.
Definitely.
Kathy Richards, I want to thank you so much for joining us for this edition of The Big Story.